laptop, it doesn't ask me to get a thumbnail like that. But whenever you're doing it on a device, it's taking a picture of a thumbnail and it doesn't care whether or not you're paying attention. So I'm like, oh, that's just the top of my head. Okay.
Your hair is definitely trademark for you.
I did rotate the device.
Still, but okay, when you rotate it, does it turn it off?
I don't know.
Because remember, was it okay? Because is it telling you to rotate it back?
It's telling me to rotate it, which is weird. Okay, so you gonna take it like that? I'm just worried that I don't want it to run out of juice. Can I do it like this? Yeah, let me do it like that. Okay. And we're gonna chug it down in here. Hope that it stays. Just these.
Oh, because
okay. Now you let's cheer.
Oh, okay.
I think you can still be seen. We're gonna roll with it like that right there. And I'll come and mess with it after we get the initial place done.
Yeah, and then because one thing they should be able to see you when you're talking.
That, they are sticklers for time over here. So
Okay.
Okay. Remember that last time we stayed just 4:30 and was locked in.
Yeah, I gotta go to rehearsal today.
That's alright. It'll be showing me once I get around to that side.
We're coming over here.
Alright. Omi tutu, omi tutu, omi tutu, tutu, ori tutu, emi tutu, aye, tutu lagoye. Iba shelo zimari iba turi kaye, iba tibo joy, iba tibo kum, iba lengeri apoku gebi. Barumla ileri ipini, iba igba rumle joko tu, iba igba rumle joko sin, iba kami ni imlogo umle, iba akore, iba ashera. Iba wani afinju eje, oju oboko igune dele imi dele stele zimari ibaye orum, ibaye ibaye chorum, iba wando watomu, iba oluwo. Aba odubolo fatimisha iba ojubono fakuna omena hojukizunu iba pojito no chito lugizunu iba ielo Shango iba ashesaleko iba oba sejimane from the first iba oba adejubi from the second iba oluwa mi fatai fabimo iba petibi faleri fabimo iba bobo idoli fabimo iba bobo idoli amushan iba agomola bi orisha Iba Olokomeji Village, Nigeria, Iba Abeokuta, Nigeria, Iba Ile Ife, Iba Oyotunji Village, South Carolina. Ashe, Orisha, Kosi Iku, Kosi Tetiba, Kosi Wahala, Kosi Ofo, Fuma Alafia, Fuma Ire, Fuma Bobo, 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 Owo, Fuma Iwakwele. Ashe, Ashe. Mara Apepe Tiriri Alona Eshu Tiriri 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 Eshu Lona Mara Apepe Tiriri Alona Eshu Tiriri Para apepe tiriri alona eshu tiriri. Para apepe tiriri alona eshu tiriri. Para apepe tiriri alona eshu tiriri. Papa leba tiriri 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 tiriri. Para apepe tiriri alona eshu tiriri. Para apepe tiriri. Alona eshu tiriri, bara 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 apepe tiriri. Alona eshu tiriri. Everybody tiriri 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 tiriri. Para apepe tiriri, alona eshu tiriri. Para apepe tiriri, alona eshu tiriri. Working on this old horn sound till we get it. Ilere, 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 oguno. Ilere, ilere, everybody except Ocean. No, it's got this is that. So it's gonna
Alade, yeah, moro. Alade, yeah, moro. Alade, yeah, moro. Alade,
of the most popular Orisha in the West, but also one of the most popular Orisha in Nigeria as well. Shango is very well loved everywhere that he is worshipped. Let me see.
Green thing.
Is it gonna let me do that?
It ain't gonna let me do it.
No, she's trying to hold it, baby. That's gonna be too much.
Back into it. Hold on. Working with y'all.
See if can you see it?
Oh.
Sister's gonna work it out. Sister's gonna work it out.
Like if you said where she said, that's perfect.
Okay.
If y'all switch.
That's thirsty.
That's not. It's not this way.
You always need cool water with
Thank you.
the hot deity.
Right?
Right. Need to on with your tooth right now.
So Shango is one of the most loved, favorite deities worldwide. He is the patron of many Latino nations. His popularity in Nigeria did not diminish with the coming of Christianity. So one of the most important things to remember about Shango, is that there is a rumor that is often cited as Pataki. I haven't ever heard it cited as Odu, but it's very often cited as though it is a Pataki. And the Pataki are just our ancient stories. It's kind of like the difference between folklore and mythology. So the Pataki are more like the folklore. It's connected to religious things, but not necessarily considered religious information. Whereas the Odu is the mythology. This is all religious, this is all spiritual. So when you hear Pataki, you know, these are just stories of the folk. These are the Yoruba stories. So there's a Pataki about Obakoso that says that he got into an argument with his brothers and he hanged himself. And this Pataki was actually created by the Christian missionaries when they came to Nigeria to try to diminish the popularity of Shango. Reason being, because priests and priestesses of Shango know how to make lightning strike anywhere they want it to strike. So when churches were being built in the sacred grove, lightning kept striking them and burning them up. So they said, well, we have to, we got to demonize these priests and priestesses of Shango. We got to try to take away some of the power that they hold with the population. So they created this particular rumor that became well known. This was happening around the same time as those of us who are in the West, as our ancestors were being taken, brought over here. So while this rumor became so popular, we brought it over here with us too, okay? But then this is where we get the chant, Obakoso. The king did not have. You talking crazy. Anybody who knows a child of Shango knows a child of Shango ain't gonna hang themselves. That's not fly. That's not enough. It ain't nothing sexy about it. They ain't finna do that. If they are gonna go out, it ain't gonna be that way. And if they gonna go out by their own hand, it's gonna be something fly and dramatic and unforgettable. It's not. It's not gonna be that. But more than likely, they so in love with themselves that they not even gonna go out by their own hand. So this is where we get the chant of Obakoso. Okay, we were repudiating this particular story, this particular lie, this particular thing that was being told to us about our beloved Shango, Habiesi. However, in addition to giving us a new oriki for this deity, the Christian missionaries also gave us a new story. So up until this day, in Nigerian schools, for a play, they put on the hanging of Shango. This is a play that school children do in Nigeria frequently. And all schools in Nigeria are missionary schools. All schools in Nigeria are Christian schools. There ain't no schools in Nigeria. What they consider to be a state school is a missionary school. So they still put this play on, right? So the memory of Shango has not even died or diminished, or his love has not diminished. There's nothing that you can do to put out that fire of that Shango energy, okay? Shango energy is electricity. That is his energy. Okay, the energy that we see in lightning, the energy that animates us, what makes us move, what keeps this body animated, is the energy of Obakoso. That's what does it. That's what makes the molecules vibrate. It's that electric energy. Okay, this is our ancestors' scientific understanding of that electric energy. Is Obakoso. Obakoso is the energy of strategizing, of always having a plan B, C, D, E, F, all the way out. He is never defeated because he always has another plan. Well, if this doesn't go this way, I'm going to do this over here. This doesn't go this way, I'm going to do it over here. Shango has a silver tongue, can talk you into doing anything. Kind of person they say can sell pants to a snake, right? Snake don't need no pants. Snake ain't got that one little piece of body. But Shango could sell pants to him. This is the energy of Shango. Shango is the energy of masculine sexuality. Children of Shango are irresistible. They are beautiful. They are attractive. You cannot resist their energy. That's that masculine sexuality that just oozes out of them. They exude that. They exude a type of presence and power that you cannot look away from. This is a complete and total irresistible power. Children of Shango are the creators of that pant called the shokoto. In my day, we call those the hammer pants, or the double baggies. What they were called, referred to as in the 80s. And once I became, African Senate, I realized that was an African shokoto. We didn't have no name for that. That was a double baggie, a hammer pants. And they said the reason that Shango had to create those pants is because he has 1,000 testicles. So of course that's not gonna fit in no regular pants. So he had to create the shokoto to carry all of that. When the rain is falling, we say this is the semen of Shango falling from the heavenly realm. Semen. Oh. And this fertilizes the earth. Right? This is what fertilizes the earth, right? So we know that it's true because that's what happens. When I was in Barbados, the fruit would already be on the tree. And you would have little bitty mangoes, or you would have little bitty bananas, and they would be green. And my friends would say, when it rains, they will become ripe. And I'm thinking about this as a metaphor. That's beautiful, beautiful metaphor, beautiful analogy. Yes, when it rains, they will become ripe. But I am serious, y'all. It rained, and the next day, we literally could eat the mango. The next day, the mango was ready to eat. The mango was no longer green and no longer tiny. The mango was full and red and yellow. The bananas were no longer, Barbadian bananas are much smaller than American bananas because they are real. But the banana was no longer this little tiny green thing. The banana had grew out on this little stalk, and it was yellow and black, and it was ready to be cut down. And I was like, wow. And my brother was like, you thought we was playing? I said, I didn't think y'all meant immediately. He was like, yeah, the fruit is waiting for the rain. So it is there, it's growing, it's blossoming, but it has to wait for the rain to reach its fullness. And I think that's such a beautiful testament to the power of Shango, to the vibration of Shango, to what he brings to the universe, and why our ancestors understood rain in that way. Also, Shango, of course, is married to every riverine deity. He is married to every riverine deity except for the one that is his mother. Yamanjara is his mother. So the biggest river he's not married to, because the biggest river is what gave birth to him. But every other river is his wife. Right? How? Because when the rain falls, it fertilizes the land, and what does it do to the river? It fills the river's husband, right? This is what the rivers rely upon to remain full. This is the cycle, right? When we learn the water cycle, they call it water cycle, they call it the water table. Am I making it up? Okay. When you learn the water cycle, then that's showing you the connection of Shango to what our ancestors viewed as his wives. And so that gives you the understanding as to why they said, well, all of these are his wives, right? All of these are his wives. First and favorite wife, official wife, of course, Oya. Second wife, official wife, of course, Oba. Third wife, not official wife, more concubine or consort, Oshun. Okay? So those are the wives of Kabiesi. Those are the main riverine deities in Nigeria. So that most important river that we've talked about, of course, the Ogun River, that is the Yemanja River. This is where he comes from, just like the water of Cyprus, right? And then he fills up these other tributaries. The Oya River is the next, and that is this is the river that gives Nigeria its name, the River Niger. That's where they get that name from. That is the Oya River. So that is, of course, second largest. So this, of course, would be his main first wife. This is his soul mate, for lack of a better term. Life mate, never gonna part, always going to work together, right? The other two, little more. Oba is more the lagoons. They have very beautiful, very even in the dry season in Nigeria, it's very rare that the lagoons completely dry up. So even when the rivers are a little more difficult for you to get water from, those very beautiful lagoons seem to always be available. So this is Oba. She's a little bit more remote, right? And then the Oshun River, because she's not in that central part of Nigeria, is a little bit more remote. So you can see why ecologically our ancestors said this is how these things work, right? And then, of course, the Oshun River is a little bit more remote, and she is a river kind of in and of herself because of where she exists in the country. So this is why not only is she married to Shango, she has all these other husbands, because she's kind of a little bit further away from the central location. Okay, so Shango's home in Nigeria is Oyo. Oyo is the political seat of the country, okay? The religious, spiritual seat of the country, we already spoke about Ile Ife. This is the origins of black people. This is our home. This is the first place that black people came to on earth. And then you have the political seat of the country, Oyo. Oyo was where we began to create the great empire in that area. So, you know, in a little further north, we have the Old Mali Empire. You know, down here a little bit more to the south, we had the Empire of Ghana. So the empire that was in that middle section was the Empire of Oyo. The Empire of Oyo is very important to us as African people in the West because it was the fall of that empire that signaled the very strong, heavy beginning of our ancestors being taken into captivity. Prior to Oyo falling, it was not possible to get that amount of West Africans. It just was not. Oyo was too strong. And it was not going to give up that many of its citizens. But with the fall of Oyo, then you have this kind of wholesale beginning, how we came to be here in such great numbers. So that capital, that political capital, is the home of Shango Kabiesi. And we say that because they're the fourth Alafin of Oyo, the fourth leader, the fourth ruler of Oyo, was a priest of Shango. Okay? So he is oftentimes, they will say that Shango was the fourth Alafin of Oyo. You will hear that. But this particular king was a priest of Shango. Very, very powerful, very, very influential. And so this is where we get Shango as the fourth Alafin. And you're going to read that everywhere. That's because this particular priest was a child of Shango. Now, coming over to this side, the most important Shango priest in the history of the West was Ganga Zumba in Palmares. He was the leader before Zumbi. Remember we talked about Zumbi, he was an Ogun priest. We talked about Agotime before both of them, who was the priestess of Yemanja, right? Who created, well, she's the priestess of Afekete because she was the homie. But she created Palmares. She passed it to Ganga Zumba, who was from Nigeria, and he was a priest of Shango. So Shango was the ruling energy of Palmares. This is important because without that strategic energy, you cannot gain anything anywhere. You definitely can't gain anything here in the West during the time of enslavement, but you can't gain nothing nowhere if you're not going to be a strategist. Very important to note every rebellion of our ancestors during the time of enslavement, you are going to find two things if you study these rebellions. They always wore red and white, and they always ate roasted corn. Very rare that you're going to find a rebellion, even here in the United States, where they didn't do those two things. If they didn't wear red and white, they would tie something red around their arm. And what they would eat would be roasted corn. This roasted corn is sacred to Shango Kabiesi, and they felt that the energy of Shango would protect them from the Europeans. So Shango is influential in how we live our lives here in the West and our understanding of what it means to be black here in the West. Shango is the reason that so many of us grew up as black people with a taboo on the color red. Right? When I was a little girl, we told black people shouldn't wear red. You're too black. Black people don't wear red. So we had a taboo on that. And you very rarely wore red growing up as a child. But instead of it don't look good, against brown, which is ridiculous. It looks best. The darker the skin, the better the red looks. Right? But this is coming out of that experience of enslavement. Whenever they would see us put on the red, that meant we were about to rebel. So then now we have a whole history of not wearing red. And talking about black people, we say, she got that red on. Oh, you see her that red lipstick. Oh, she got on all that red. I knew you was so-and-so because you always wearing that red. This is Shango, you guys. This is where that came from. This is Jezebel. Ooh, she don't, right? This is where that came from. Because every time we put that on, that was a signal to the slave masters that we were about to do something dangerous to them. Priests and priestesses of Shango did not lose their power to make lightning strike wherever they wanted it to strike. Research and see how many cane fields and how many cotton fields were lost to being struck by lightning and burning down. Research and see. Priests and priestesses of Shango retained so much of their power, even on this side, retained that ability to connect with that force and bring it down wherever they wanted to bring it down. Right? The priests and priestesses of Shango and their continued connection to that power are a big part of why our tradition was painted as negative and bad and demonic. The degree to which we retain the ability to do that. Right? You read about it all throughout any sort of history on slave rebellions. A good book to get is Exchanging Our Country Marks. I cannot remember the brother who wrote it. Of course, Flash of the Spirit is wonderful, showing you these retentions and how they are repeated here in the West. But Exchanging Our Country Marks is a little bit, it's newer than Flash of the Spirit. So, excellent book to have. Shango Kabiesi, and we always say Kawo Kabiesele behind his name. This means praise and honor to the king. We pay homage to the king. Hey mamas, hey babies. We pay homage to the king. We always say this behind his name because it is rude not to. Right? When you go before the king, if we were to take a trip to Oyotunji and meet the Oba, right? We wouldn't just be walking up to the Oba saying, hey Oba, what's up? Pounding the Oba up, right? We would walk up to the Oba and be like, right? We pay homage to the king. So whenever you say Shango's name, the same, you always have to say Kawo Kabiesele, which is why we did sometimes choose to just say Obakoso. If you don't feel like, or you can just say Kabiesi, which is sometimes how people refer to kings who are kings in state now in Nigeria. You just say Kabiesi, you just call him Kabiesi, and that way you ain't got to say that whole sentence. You just refer to him as homage to the king. And that keeps you from having to say all the rest of that. Ooh, it's bad. But Shango is the force of strength and perseverance that causes humans to strive for correctness. He's also known as Shango, so you'll see his name spelled with an Chango and Obakoso. My Baba, the Metahochi, also popularized a spelling of Shango. That's the Metahochi who created that Shango, that O. So you'll see it spelled that way sometimes too. He's the power of truth and the support that the universe lends to those who is truthful. He is the force of using strategy to overcome the negativity of life. He is the origin of male sexuality. He's the force of fatherhood as a life-giving, protective, loving, universal power. He is the force of deliverance as manifested by those who lead others to the divine. He is the force of charisma. We see him manifested in thunder, lightning, rain, and fire. But always remember that fire is a gift that was given to him by Oya. Fire does not originate with Shango Kabiesi. That originates with Oya. She shares it with him, and she gifted him with that. His vibration is in the colors red and white, cedar wood, and any parts of any tree that has been struck by lightning, and the color purple that the sky becomes when lightning strikes. His sacred cities in Yoruba land are Koso, because there is actually a city of Koso, and one of the leaders of Koso was a child of Shango as well. So when you say Oba Koso, it can be the king did not hang, or you can be he is the king of Koso. Koso and Oyo, he is manifested in the sound of drumming as well as drummers themselves. The drum is sacred to Oba Koso, not the djembe. The djembe is not a Yoruba drum. The djembe is a drum from ancient Mali. Okay, the drum that is sacred to Obakoso is the bata, the beautiful, wonderful bata drum that is sacred to Obakoso. Okay, but all drums and drummers come under the realm of Shango. He brought the energy of drumming to the universe. Okay, as well as dancing. He and Oya share the energy of dance. They brought this to the universe. So that necessity of moving, when you hear rhythm, that comes from Shango and that comes from Oya. Children of Shango are devastatingly beautiful. They are powerfully attractive. They are smooth talkers and natural charmers. They can use their words to get almost anything, and they must guard against being promiscuous, as they will always have people throwing themselves at them. Shango's children are master dancers and master drummers. They abhor liars, but they may frequently be in the truth themselves. They must guard against being pathological liars. They must also be careful not to brood over the negative aspects of life. Children of Shango also favor bodily adornment and are usually well-groomed and well-dressed. Most priests of Shango, all priests of Shango in Nigeria, do not cut their hair. They wear long hair and they braid it elaborately. In a way that is considered effeminate in that culture, because Shango is the pretty dude, right? He's that masculine kind of pretty. Okay, so the priests of Shango, they wear very elaborate braided hairstyles. The way that carried over here in the West is that it is rare that you're going to find a priest of Shango from a Latino community that doesn't wear two little gold hoops. They'll be small, but they gotta let you know I'm pretty. You know, I'm real masculine, but I'm pretty. And this is how that energy manifests itself. All right. Children of Shango are natural strategists. They love to talk and network. They love to do that. They're natural at that. If you have given birth to a child of Shango, as I tend to do more than anything else, they begin that when they're small. They're talking and networking. Before they can even really talk, they're trying to reach out and socialize with people. Okay? All right. Pataki of Shango. In this particular time before time, Shango was mad. He was crazy. We call it crazy in our society. And he was living in the forest. He was living in the grove. Nobody lived in the forest. And because he was living in the forest, he wasn't taking care of himself. So his hair had grown into locks, but not beautiful locks. But them kind of locks when a person, an African person, don't take care of their hair. And his body was, not clean. And he was living in the forest of Ijebu. So they called him the madman of Ijebu. And he would roam in the forest. It came a time when Ijebu was being attacked by a leopard. And a leopard was coming in the night and snatching the babies out of the homes of Ijebu. So all of the people in Ijebu were distraught. And they were sad and they were upset because, of course, children are the most important asset in the community, right? The community cannot continue without children. So everybody was sad, everybody was distraught. What are we going to do about this leopard? We've been unable to catch him. We've been unable to kill him. What can we do about this leopard? So there came a day when Shango came out of the forest and he went into Ijebu, and this was normal. Even when I was little, we had mad people that wandered around in our village, in our little town, and when a mad person came, you fed them. This is what you did. I was raised to do this. So the Shango came up out of the forest, and he came into Ijebu, and he was waiting to be fed. Somebody was fixing him some food, probably a beautiful plate of amala, because that's his favorite food is amala. Good old amala with some good old egusi to go with it, probably. Fixed him a nice old plate of that, but the woman who was fixing it was she was sad. Shango finally said, and he looked around at the other one, he was like, why is everybody so sad? And she said, there's a leopard that's coming and snatching up our children. And the leopard is basically just preying on our village, and we don't know what we're going to do. And they fed Shango, and they made him feel so good that he said, it's okay, I'm going to kill that leopard for y'all. And they said, okay, good. And they were wondering about it because they were like, we don't know how this old madman is going to kill a leopard. We ain't never known him to be a hunter. But, okay, it's cool. We'll try it. Tried everything else. We're going to let the madman try it. And so they said, okay. And he said, now where do y'all usually see him? And they said, well, he usually be right in this tree, right here. At the base of this tree is where we've seen him. So Shango said, okay, I'm going to climb this tree right here then. And I'm going to wait on him. And he started climbing up in the tree, and they said, don't you want to take a weapon? He was like, oh, yeah. And then he said, okay, weapon, yeah. And he picked up one of the mortars that the women had been using to pound the amala in. And they were like, that's not a weapon. But okay. And he was mad. He didn't know, right? So Shango is sitting up in the tree with the mortar. He don't even know what a leopard is, y'all. He hadn't never seen no leopard before. But he's like, it's fine, I'm going to wait on this leopard. I got it. I'm going to take care of these people because they always take care of me. So he's crouching in the tree with the mortar. And he's waiting. He sees the leopard coming. Oh, is that what they were talking about? That thing looks horrifically terrifying. And of course the leopard is like, oh, they done put the food in the tree for me tonight. Let me get on up into it, right? So the leopard is coming up the tree. It's a big old tall tree. Leopard is, cats take their time, right? He's taking his time coming up the tree right there to the madman of Ijebu. And Shango is terrified. He has nothing but this mortar. He does not know why he has decided to even do this. It seems like a bad idea. But he acts in spite of his fear. And he grabs the mortar and he leaps down out of the tree and he kills the leopard with the mortar. This is when we came to know Shango as he who kills a leopard with a mortar. Every Shango priest has an upside down mortar on their shrine to honor this moment of Shango, because that's how he killed it. He turned it upside down, hit the leopard over the head with it, and saved the entire town of Ijebu. Okay? This is the energy of courage. Shango is the Orisha that we entreat, that we go to when we need courage. Because courage does not mean that you're not afraid. Courage does not mean that you're not completely terrified. Courage does not mean that you are not shaking with fear. Courage means that you act in spite of it. Right? Shango was terrified. He did not know what this animal was. He was second guessing his decision. He didn't know how he was going to do this, but he acted anyway. Courage is acting in spite of your fear. So whenever we are looking for courage, when you're in that moment, and every grown person in here knows that the moment comes frequently, that you are going to have to leap on the leopard and you ain't got nothing but a mortar. Ain't nobody gave you a spear. You ain't even got a pocket knife. You ain't got a butter knife. You ain't even got a fingernail file. You like, how is this gonna work? You done got your nails cut down low. You ain't got nothing but a mortar. Right? But that moment comes frequently as adults when you got to just leap on the leopard, right? You have to leap on the leopard. This is life. That is how life is. If life is that way for the deities, they are giving us this example to let us know this is how life is. It's going to be this way for everyone. So first of all, you never take that situation personally. We call it what? Biting off more than you can chew. Right? But your grandmama used to say, well, you better eat every bit of it, right? Your grandmama didn't let you off the hook when you had literally bitten off more than you can chew. She was going to sit there and make you try. I know you better eat every bit of it. You better not waste not one bit of them collard greens. Right. You sitting there crying, but you better eat it, right? That's what it is in life. You done bit off more than you can chew. That's what the man of B.J. Boo had done. He had bit off a whole section, or the whole half of the sweet potato pie. And he, struggling to get at it. You have got to leap on the leopard. You have got to act in spite of that fear. When I feel fearful, that is the exact prayer that I pray to Shango. Shango Kabiesi. I got to leap on the leopard. Give me that energy to do it. And then you figure out the rest of it once you get down there, right? Figure out the rest of it. But the priests of Shango, to this day, wear the leopard skin. Even in Nigeria. In Nigeria, and not anywhere that I know of, in West Africa, the king of the jungle is the leopard. The king of the jungle is not the lion in West Africa. The king of the jungle is the leopard. And so all of the kings wear leopard skin. And they honor the leopard. In Dahomey, all of the wives of the king were called the wives of the leopard. Even in Oyotunji today, to honor Dahomey, they still refer to themselves as the leopard, the lineage of the leopard. In West Africa, it is the leopard that is the most important big cat. Okay? And so the children of Shango still wear the leopard skin in remembrance of him leaping down with that mortar and taking care of it. And I always think that it is so important that it was the mortar and not the pestle. Because the pestle would have made more sense, right? It's like a club. But now there is a story about the pestle. We're going to get to that. But that's the woman's story. We're going to get to that. But the mortar, that bottom part, looks like this part on the drum. And it is about this big, if not bigger. In Nigeria, well, this might be like a medium one. But the ones in Nigeria are huge. And so the pestle is almost like a branch of a tree. A limb, not even, a whole branch. And the women pound, and sometimes they're so big that the women have to pound them together. Okay, go downstairs. And so the women will pound into it, right? That's how heavy they are, right? And that's how much starch they're beating to make the food for the kind of extended family that we have. So that mortar, sacred to a purpose. So that is it. That is the energy of Shango. Any questions? Any comments? Yeah, but that one is over there.
They took off the side.
Go downstairs anyway, because I don't know whether or not it works.
When you were talking, I was thinking that we talked about the energy that children of Kabiesi have. I automatically think about people that are in sales.
Yes.
And individuals that they have the ability to influence and coerce. They probably preachers too.
I always think preachers are children of
because not only are they, they grab the crowd, they have problems with grabbing other things.
Yes, always.
I was like, that makes sense. Yeah. That's just who you are. Maybe in the wrong profession. Right. You don't need to be. That's not you.
Right? You in the right profession.
Right.
Wrong
They like you because money and fame and flashing it.
I didn't see
Yeah, and all the women. the women, and
It's
this
wrong
is
themselves.
that's what I said. The women cannot resist them. Let's not take any, responsibility off of the
That's
person.
Right.
But the women can't resist them, girl. Please, we just understood that the preacher gonna have many families all around town. That was a complete total home. But yeah, agreed. I was thinking about that this morning as I was just showering and meditating. I was like, and the good old black preachers, they all children of Shango. I can't think of not a one from home that I wouldn't say a child of Shango. And then when you find that preacher that can sing and preach and play that piano
And then that's where they go.
They have you all in there feeling like Lord.
That string didn't have nothing to do with Jesus.
Throwing your hands just like Lord. Every time. So yes, that's that energy. We are very familiar with it. We are very familiar with it. It's still manifesting.
But you see, but because of the missionary in the West and the Christian influence, we try to squelch what's natural movement. But we we're gonna be who we are, but we're still trying to work in the system that we're in. So it's just like, we don't even know who we are. Right. You go to another country, you don't even have to be right. You don't have to be communist. You can just be what you are.
Everybody don't be like, hey,
We're all good with it.
right, we know where that's going,
Another thing I want to talk about Shango being depicted with breasts.
Yes.
Because of being such a nurturing father figure.
Yes, Shango, and this all ties back to how his priests carry themselves. It is all what would be considered effeminate in that culture. Very much, they're very pretty. They take immaculate care of themselves in the way that a woman would in that culture. And Shango Kabiesi, any ancient depiction of him, he is shown with breasts. You're not going to find an ancient O'Shea, which is his weapon. His weapon, most in the West are familiar with because we see it in all of those thunder deities. So you see it in Thor and all those deities carry that same double-headed hammer. It's a hammer for Norse mythology, but it's an axe in our mythology. But most of the thunder deities have something like that. Okay? And Shango is depicted with breasts always because he is that nurturing. He is that loving. And he is the male magician. Shango is the wizard. Okay? And you cannot be a wizard if you don't know how to access that feminine power. Right? So Shango, when we sing Ini Alado, he's the holder of the bag of magic. Right? We say that Shango can speak incantations when he's talking to you. All of these are powers that are considered feminine. But because he knows how to properly serve and connect with that feminine energy, and we see him always depicted with breasts, and he's holding the breasts up. This is a very normal West African pose, to hold the breasts up like this. Because you're saying, come and get what you need. Right? Come and get what you need. I'm here to give you this nurturance. I'm here to give you this food, this everything that you need. So Shango is depicted like that. Constantly, right like that, as the handle of the O'Shea. So you are this double-headed axe, completely secure with your feminine energy, and therefore very nurturing, very loving, very kind. If you've ever been loved by a child of Shango, then what I'm saying makes perfect sense to you. Yeah. What was his color? You got it. But he was purple rain. The reason why I said completely secure is I was like, just that girly, but you're still like. But I am completely right. Completely. And totally. And all the women were like, right. But he did magic. He was a magician. He was a magician. He was a complete wizard. And so you're not. Your mind never was worried. Your mind never was doubting. You were just always like, well, I mean, he just but on the other hand, children of Shango are that attractive to both genders. They are not. Nobody can resist.
Right.
It is not a force that you can resist. This is a thing that Shango carries. This is a thing that Oshun carries. that they're attracted to all genders. I don't want to say that there's just two, but all genders. Nobody can resist that force. So it pulls everybody in that same way. So people who are children of Shango have to work very hard to set boundaries, and also to always remember that it is not you. You are not doing anything, right? When Prince was a little boy, a young man growing up in Minneapolis with that lopsided afro, and he was a short dude. I think me and Prince the same height, but was a basketball star, and all the girls was running after him. He didn't even have the ruffles yet, right? He didn't have the eyeliner. He was just a dude with a lopsided little short dude who could play the stu out of basketball, and he was still, could nobody get enough of him, right? That was pre that. So that's what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with how they carry themselves. Generally, children of Shango will get into that when they're older. From the time that they're small, that energy is irresistible. You can't not want it. It's not possible. Because how do you can't live on this side without that electricity. So you're not supposed to resist it. You know, when I see a child of Shango, that's my first thought in my head to the universe. Is you know I wasn't going to resist that. You know? You know what that wasn't going to happen. You know? So yeah, he's always depicted with breasts. All of his ancient depictions, he has breasts. We don't draw him like that here in the West, but if you look at the Latino drawings, he's always beautiful, and he always has his gold earrings and his gold, and he's very ornate. And he wears his skirt because he also is very connected with that gungun. So if you look at him in the Latino depictions, which might be on the front of this book. Oh no, he didn't do it like that on the front of this book. He has on the a gungun skirt, right? Because he's from the bottom down. It said that Shango is a gungun from the bottom down. He's that connected with the ancestral realm. So that a gungun skirt that we normally see, those panels of cloth, that's a skirt specifically that connects you with the earth in a certain way to connect you to the ancestors. So if you look at Shango Kabiesi's dress, it's always that paneled skirt. This is to remind us of his deep connection with the ancestral realm. He is one of the Orisha that we have a current memory of him living in human form. And so this is why his ancestral connection for us is so deep. Every Orisha has been human, right? And continues to be human. But he is one that we have a memory of, okay, with a very recent memory of him living in human form. So as close as Gangazumba, we can remember, that's how Shango comes into being, that's how Shango acts. So with that kind of recent memory, then we connect to him as an ancestor and as a cosmic force with ease. But yeah, completely in touch with that feminine energy, not afraid of it, not scared of it, does not see himself as apart from it in any kind of way. This is why the masculine children of Shango are so charming. Because they're not afraid to be affectionate and loving and whatever it is that you need. They're not going to come necessarily like a child of Ogun, you know. Hey there, woman, come on. You know, Shango is going to come, you know, he got a little bit more to it. You know, right? Right. Shango is coming with all of that.
Everything on, you ain't got to worry about nothing.
Right. Like, I got it back. What you mean? And he was a king, so he did have that wealth. You know, children of Shango have that wealth. They don't have any difficulty pulling financial resources. And they have, what I always loved about the men in my hometown was they had social resources. And what I mean by that is if I needed something done, then my daddy knows who can do it. And I thought that was just something that men did.
Right.
And so I never created them kind of ties because I'm a girl. So then you get married and you're like, I need to fix your car. Somebody need to come fix the car. And men don't do that no more. They don't have that social resource of this is the car fixing dude. This is the dude that fixes the plumbing. You know, this is the electric dude. He comes and does electric stuff. Right. Yes, daddy does. Case in point. So, you know, that's...
But he's not from here, though.
Exactly. That's my expectation is that whole Shango network.
Right.
So you're handsome, you're masculine, but you're in touch with your feminine side, and you have this social network that then benefits me as the woman that's in your life. And you have financial resources as well, but with the financial resources are not any good if you don't also have that social network, right? Because I'm not gonna have to pay $1,000 to get my transmission done if your boy Jay know how to do it. You see what I'm saying? So we get to hold on to our finances. You know, if I need a new tub, I ain't gotta pay $2,500. If your boy Jay gonna do it for some cheap. Cause at home, people be working for their vices.
Right.
So in my daddy's house, you got them swirls on the ceiling. Them swirls. They take some plastic and they make a swirl. So when he had to redo the roof, then of course we had to get the swirls redone. Now he called the man that does the swirls, and that man worked for we bought him liquor, and that's what the man came and did. We bought him however much liquor, and he re-swirled the ceilings in the whole house. But that's a social network, you know. This is a child of Shango. This is what he's going to have because he spends his time socializing. So he has things. He ain't gonna be without that. That ain't gonna never be his lot. And as such, he'll never appear poor. He'll never appear down on his luck because his social network is so low. You know? So this is why he's the consummate lover, the consummate husband, the consummate father. This is another reason women can't resist him. Because he has everything that a woman wants to feel secure. Yeah. So not only is he gorgeous and very sure of himself, and he's the owner of male sexuality, he has everything that a woman needs to feel secure. So ain't no way we can resist that. It just doesn't. Resistance, is futile, literally.
Why does he always say to only have sons and children?
Because of that kind of energy that they carry. Because of that energy that he carries. Shango, if he has a daughter, he does not recognize her as a daughter. Every child of Shango is a son. And what that means is that the expectation is the same. He does not let anybody off the hook. He is not going to go easy on anybody just because they are a girl. In his mind, you are a son. So he is expecting you to go just as hard. That's what that means. Nobody gets to go soft. None of his children get to go soft. Everybody goes just as hard as he does. So then they all sons. If somebody was to say, "Oh, she's just a girl," Shango doesn't recognize that. No, I ain't got no just a girl. I got all sons. And so females will tell you, "I am a son of Shango." Because Shango doesn't have daughters.
Does that count for a Shavi too?
Every child of Shango is a son. Yes. She's expected to go just as hard as a boy. Do you not listen? You over here trying to find a way to make it into a tease. Listen. Stop. Future reference. You a boy. Mommy said it. You look for fodder for teasing. I see where your mind is going. Any other questions? Comments? I don't even know what time it is, y'all. But remember how they locked us in here last time? What time is it?
Right.
What was it? Girl, we better scurry on out. Yeah. Let's say talk. And we'll have other questions as we go down.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now can we go get lunch?
Everybody grab a pepper.
Oh.
Okay, so then you're
Pardon. I didn't even notice. I would have told you. See, that's what sister friends are for. They let you know stuff like that. Tuck your pocket in. Oh, you want me to stop the video?
Stop it for a moment.
Yeah, okay.
Make sure that it